Good. So let's take a look at the data visualization. The cross tabulation and pivotal table. So the cross tabulation basically is sometimes it's called 2x2 tables. It's a very useful tool to find out the relationship between two variables. So for example, if you have a data set for like gender and also promotion, so you want to see whether there any significant difference in terms of the people got promoted, whether they are male or female. So you would like to construct a table like 2x2 table. It's called 2x2 table. But I have one example here. I have this data set is the quality rating and the meal price for 300 Los Angeles restaurants. So you can see that the variables, the characteristics here is I have the restaurant, the quality rating, meal price, and the waiting time. Meal price and the waiting time. And so in this case, I would like to present the data. This is raw data, yeah? I would like to have a data like this. You see that I have two variables here. This is called the cross tabulation. So basically, there are two variables here. One is what? The quality ratings. From good, very good, excellent. That's one variable. And then the meal price. Yeah, this is the other variable. The meal price is between $10 to $19, $20 to $29, $30 to $39, and $40 to $49. So basically, in this case, I want to examine the relationship between the quality of ratings and also the meal prices. Yeah. So how many good restaurants have a meal price, let's say between $10 to $19, and how many are between $40 to $49? Yeah. So this is a cross tabulation. So now, given the data, what to do? And I have a few slides that we can use Excel pivot table to construct this variable. So what to do in this case? I have a data set which is called restaurants. So if you open a restaurant, so you can see the variables here. Yeah, have the restaurant, the quality rating, meal price, and also waiting time. So, and I have how many? 300. Yeah, 300. But if you do it by hand, it takes a lot of time, right? If you want to find out like how many very good restaurant, the meal price is between $10 to $19, for example. It takes a lot of time. But what you can do is we can use pivot table. Now how to do pivot table? First you highlight the whole data. And again, remember you click here, you can highlight the whole data. So again, let me show you one more time. Highlight here, so you click here so you can highlight the whole data. Then we go to the top menu bar, File, Home, Insert. Select Insert. Insert, you see the insert, the pivot table. You click on the pivot table. And most of the time, once you highlight the whole table, yeah, you don't have to do anything. You just say, okay, click OK. So it will create a new worksheet. Now in this new worksheet, you will see several things. Yeah, you see here this the pivot table, and this is the working place. This is the working place. So I'm going to focus on this. So this is the working place. Yes, this is the working place. And for this working place, you can see several things. One is you can filter the data. But basically you have the row, which variable you want to put in the row, and the column, which variable you would like to put in the column. So let's say in this case I want to put the quality, right? The quality should be in the row. So let me, yeah, it's hard. So if I drop, all you need to do is just drop, yeah, just drop. You drop the quality rating into the rows. Then here you see what you have the data here, right? You have the data. Did you see it? Okay, it's right over here. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, okay. Then how about oh, it's too big. Sorry. But now you see that the table here disappear. Don't worry. Once you click here, the table will show up again. See, if you click any other place, the right side of the selection table will be gone. But if you click here, the table shows up again. Then I will pick up the column. The column, remember, that's a meal price. Yeah, meal price. I put a column. Put a column. Okay. And the next thing is how to count the data. Yeah, how to count the data. So you can see this is what. This is the values. So this is the field that you will use to count the values. Count the values. Count like how many restaurants is good and are excellent or good and have different meal. So what you can do is you can drop restaurant here. But now I have this table, but this table is kind of messy. Yeah, it's kind of messy. So what to do? First, we don't have that many restaurants. We only have 300 restaurants. What's going on here? What's going on here is the problem is here. So let me focus on this. Yeah, let me focus on this. The problem is in this right corner. Let me focus on this. Okay, let me focus on it. You see here, this is the selection here is sum, total. This is not what we want. We want to just count. Yeah, we just want to count. So what you can do is you can click this the sum of restaurant. You can click on this arrow, and then you can see the value field settings. If you click on the value field settings, now you can see you have many options. Can you see? Oh, hold on. Let me make it smaller. You can see you have many different options. You can say count. Instead of using sum, you can count. Then with count, we just count how many restaurants. Now you can see that the data makes much more sense. You can see the data makes much more. You can see the data makes much more sense if we select count. Yeah, it makes much more sense. So in this case, what you can do is you have many options. We can also later on can show you, but in this case we don't want the total. Yeah, we just want to have the count. So what you can do is you can move your cursor again to here, count, right? So value, click the last one, value field settings. So you can select sum, count, average, maximum. So let's say count. Okay. So now we have this nice table. We have this nice table, but the table is still kind of messy because there's a lot of data values. So what about you if you want to have them, put them into groups? And then what you can do is you can, I'm going to focus on here, yeah. Hopefully it works, sorry. So you can click on you right click on the column, hold on. You right click on this 10. Yeah, any value here. The 10 is what? The price is 10, 11, 12. So you can right click on the 10s. Then you can see group here. Let me see whether my video shows up group. Yeah, good. You see the group here? And then if you select the group, you can say starting from 10, yeah? And end at the 48, I think that's the largest one. And increase by $10, Then we click OK. Now you can see this is what? This is a very nice, yes, this is now, this has only you see the top is become groups. If you want to, how about you want more groups, that's fine. So you can, remember, right click on this 10 to 19, right click, grouping, you can put a group again. So let's say increase by 5, not increase by 10. Then we have more groups, yeah, more groups. But another thing annoying here is what? The blank here. We have 3 categories: excellent, good, very good. But how about we don't want to have this blank here? Well, what you can do here is you can click here, click this arrow, then you remove the blank. Then the blank is gone. So we have a pretty nice table right now. Yeah, pretty nice table. And another thing is you can see this excellent, good, very good. It's not in a right order, yeah, right order. So what do you like to do is move the excellent to the last. Well, what you can do is you can right click on the excellent. And then you will see. Did you see move? Move, yeah. Move excellent down. So you can move excellent down. Then you can move it again, yeah. Right click, move excellent down. Now we have good, very good, excellent. All right. So is this good? Okay. So I'm going to go over this one more time, but trying to use a different technique. Yeah, different technique. So I'm going to delete this. So let's try one more time. Okay. Now I still want to have the two. So my window will be a little bit small. So excuse me if you cannot see very clearly. So hopefully I'm doing my best. Hold on. Okay. That's all I can do. Okay. So again, how to create a pivot table? You highlight here, yeah, highlight here. Click here, you highlight the whole table. Then you click insert. Pivot tables. You click yes. In this case, just OK, and then it should be. It generates the pivot table. Now we can pick and choose. Yeah, pick and choose. So which variables you want in the rows? That's again still the quality of reading. So all you need to do is drop this, yeah, drop this into the rows. So you can see on the left side. On the left side, I will have the rows, and then the column. I still want to have the meal price here, meal price. But I know that we are going to group them, yeah, group them. Otherwise, too messy. So I will right click on the 10. Right click on the 10. So you see group here. Okay, so the starting is 10, and ending at 48 largest value. So increase by 10. That's fine. Okay. So now I have. But what's next? What's the value here? The value here, I would like to have the average waiting time. The waiting time here. So I can drop the waiting time into the sigma values to count the values. But remember here, you see the waiting time is crazy. Oh, by the way, let me remove the blank one. Yeah, the blank one. I'll just select the blank. Okay, so this is a nice table. But you see here it's kind of crazy, the data, because this is what sum total of all the or the waiting time. But what about I just need the average waiting time? So what you can do is what? You click here, then you select value field setting, then you select here average. You see average, click OK, and this is the average waiting time. Well, I have too many decimal places. Too many decimal places, don't worry. You can highlight the whole data. You see, I highlight the whole data. Then I right click. You see format cells. I click format cell. Then I have the numbers. The decimal place I put 2, decimal place. Then click OK. Now this is the average waiting time. So for the excellent restaurant, the price range, meal price is $10 to $19. The average waiting time is 25 minutes, 25.5 minutes. Okay, and so this is the pivot table. You can find it's extremely useful too. It's extremely useful too. Okay, next one is relatively easy. Those are different charts, but I mean in this case we can we'll take a look at several different charts. Yeah, scatter chart and line chart. And for the scatter chart, and again I have the data here from San Francisco Electronic Store. So there's two numbers. Yeah. The number of commercials and sales. You want to see what's the relationship between the number of commercials you made and the sales. Hopefully, the idea is if you have more commercials and sales, it generates more sales. So they have a positive relationship. But we can visualize the data. So I'm going to open the data. So what I have here, electronics. You can see this electronics data. Okay, so I have the electronics data here. So number of commercials and with sales volume. So you can we can use in this case to generate a scale diagram. We can highlight the data. Okay. Then what? Next, you go to insert. Then if you move the cursor around, did you see here? This one is insert. If you click the little arrow here, this is insert scatter or bubble chart. So I can say, okay, insert the scatter. And then that's all. I have the scatter diagram. So this is now you can see basically what's the relationship. It seems to me they have a positive relationship. Yeah, and this is the horizontal axis is the number of commercials. The vertical axis is the volume, the trading volume, the sales. But what happens if you want to add something? Yeah? If you want to add to the title, so you can always select from the design. And on the left, you can see add element, the chart element. Add chart element. So first I want to add the chart title. So let's say that's above. Yeah, above. So that's right over here. So I can type the number. Say this is sales and advertisement and add. Yeah. But also, if you would like to add the legend for the vertical axis and the horizontal axis, what you can do is you can say add a chart element. I want to add axis title, primary horizontal. So you see primary horizontal. This is the number of commercial. Yeah. And how about here? I want to add one more vertical. So add chart element, I can go to axis titles, primary vertical, and then you can add here. This is the sales, this is the sales. So this is the chart, this is the chart. So I have the title, I have the horizontal legend, vertical axis title, horizontal axis title. And sometimes we can also add a trend line. To add a trend line, so basically it identifies the relationship. Well, in this case, it's obviously it's a positive relationship, because the more, if we this upward slope here, the more you the commercials you make, the higher the sales. But to add a trend line, you click on any of those points. You see the data points, and then right click. So whenever you don't know what to do, right click. Right click your mouse here. Then you see add a trend line. So basically you added the trend line. That's the trend line. Okay. So this is for the scattered diagram. It's not too hard. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. Next one is, so that's a scattered diagram. Yeah. We can also generate a line graph. So I have here the Kirkland Industries. I'm not sure whether I have the data, but let's try. So yeah, we're done with the scatter diagram. So do I have the Kirkland? Oh, Kirkland Industrials. Okay, I have this data. So I want to generate a line chart, which is extremely easy because all you need to do is first, remember, highlight the data. Highlight the data. What's next? You go to insert, and I can try to find here the line. You see, this is more like a line chart. The 2D line, 2D line. So I have the line chart. Yeah, line chart. So let's say if you want to add the title for the horizontal axis, what to do? You can go to what? This is already in the design. You can go to here, add chart element, and that's axis titles. Yeah, that's primarily horizontal. So this is the months, yeah, or whatever. Okay, good. So this is the line chart, and what else? That's a line chart. That's a line chart. And also we can if we have two data values, yeah, the sales north and the south, we can generate the line charts for both. So let me open the database. The Kirkland Regional. Hold on. So I have the data here. And again, you highlight all the data. Highlight all the data. Then we go to insert. Yeah, insert. Now you know. Insert. What else? Line chart. 2D line chart. You see 2D here? Line chart. Now I have the line chart. Yeah? And the blue one indicates the north. The red one indicates the south. That's pretty easy. That's pretty easy. Okay. And sometimes you can also add a spark line. It's kind of interesting, a line, but let me show you what's a spark line. Let's take a look at this database. If we want to do the spark line for the regional sales data, and what you can do is we can go to insert. So I still have this data, yeah. Oh boy, I have so many data open. Okay, let me just delete this chart. Okay, so I can highlight this, and you can go to insert. Do you see the spark line? Hold on. Somewhere, hold on. Where is the sparkler? Hold on. Bubble. Hold on. Combo. Hold on. I thought I was. Where's the sparkler? Hold on. Let me see my notes here. Create a sparkler or choose the data. Chart sparkler. Hold on. Hold on. Where's my data? Oh, my data is. I just saw the sparkler, but now I see. Oh, here, line chart. Oh, line sparkler. You see the line sparkler right over here? So what I can do is the data range. So I have to highlight the data range. So I highlighted the data range. And the location range. Choose where location where sparkler want to place. So I highlighted this data set. So the location, this one, the location I put it here. Then let's see. You see the sparkle line? It shows the trend for this. It's kind of neat, yeah. It's kind of neat for this. For this, yeah. This is for the north. This is for the south. So you can place right below the data. Let me repeat it one more time. Yeah. So what you can do is you can click here, insert here. You see the sparkle line, the line. You click OK. You select the data. How do you select data? You just highlighted the data, yeah. But at the same time, you want to tell where the sparkle line will go. So I will go to B15 and C15. Okay, then that's sparkle line. Okay, sorry for yeah, that's sparkle. And also we can create a bar charts or column charts. And I have this is accounts manager, so I can create a bar chart. Let me see whether I have this data set. Now you kind of know, like in Excel, it's extremely easy to create those charts. Yeah, and I have this. So all you need to do is you can highlight the data to create a bar chart, then click insert. You see the bar chart. Insert the column, yeah, this is a bar chart. So we want to have a bar chart, yeah. 2D bar. Then this is the bar chart. But in case if you want to add here, like the horizontal axis title, then what you can do is you can go to what? Add elements, chart elements. Go to axis title, primary horizontal. So you can see that that's the title. That's the accounts manager, yeah. And here are the names, yeah. So again, you can select what? Add a chart element. And a primary vertical. So that's the names, yeah, that's the name, sales name. And you can, so now, once you finish, you can move it around, yeah, up and down, yeah. You can do chart title, you can type whatever you want, then you can move it around, yeah. You can also change the font. That's pretty easy. And the next one is so another thing is you can also add data values. So for example, this bar, once you click on the bar, you right click on the bar, then you can add data labels. You see now the counts will show up. So this will be very helpful if people want to do the comparison. So you can see this is 6, this is 21. Smith has 21 accounts mid, and Gentry has 37 accounts. So you can add it. So let me repeat. You right click on the bar and then select format data label. Oh no, not format. Hold on. Right click on the data, and then we can. Hold on, let me delete this. Right click on the data, the columns. Then we can format. You can also format the data labels. So you have many options you can do. Yeah, you can have many options. Okay, so this is for the accounts, for the column, yeah, the column variable, a chart. Okay, and also we have a pie chart, and we can add a pie chart. So this again, this is for the accounts, pie charts of accounts managed. So what you can do is we have this. Remember, we have this data. So if I click, okay. Then I highlighted the data in the what? You see the pie chart here? You can have a 2D pie chart. This is the pie chart. It's a pie chart. That's pretty easy. Yeah? That's pretty easy. And what else? And the last one is stacked column chart, or clustered column chart. So in this case, basically we can do a comparison. Remember the north and the south? What we can do is the Kirkland Industries. So if let me open the data again, but maybe probably I should close all the Excel. I have too many files open. Okay, I close up. Now the data set is Kirkland region. Okay, so in this case you can see I have the north and the south. Yeah, north south. So to create the column chart, so what I can do is I can say insert. Then this is 2D columns, 2D columns. But this one is what you can see. This one is stacked. This is clustered. Stack is what we have north and south together. Yeah, so you can see compare the both for each year. And a cluster basically is we say will align side by side. So you can, for January we have the north and the south. Yeah, north and south January. Okay. Good. So this is the clustered column. So those are the charts that people use the most often. Yeah, most often. So this is the stacked column. And this is clustered column chart. Okay, so let's take a break.